a story to tell. Not just the story of agriculture, but what the Lord has done in our family and in our lives. We are Ty and Tracy Woodard, and we're the founders of Covered in Cotton. We take the cotton that we grow on our third-generation family farm and have it made into cotton products. Our product lines are throw blankets and hand towels and baby blankets with plans for more to come. Everything is local here to the Carolinas. We manage the entire process of how it's made into yarn and to our products. And then we bring everything here back to the farm and package them and process all our orders and share them with the world.
Woodard Farms today has seen a lot of growth over the past 60 years. My granddad actually started what we know of as Woodard Farms in 1962. His family had come from North Carolina where they farmed and were put out of business from the Great Depression. They made their way down to Latta, South Carolina. He went to work for Armour Meat Company as a salesman, and he would travel through this area. On his route, as the story goes, he saw a particularly impressive tobacco crop, and he said, if that farm ever comes up for sale, I'm gonna buy it. And in the beginning, we were growing tobacco. Cotton came a few years down the road, and it's something that, has been a challenge over the years, but something that we've always been passionate about. Been a long journey, kind of getting to my generation. My brother, who's a few years older than me, had come back in 2003 after graduating from Clemson, and then I came back in 2007. And really, since that time, our farm has more than doubled.
So in December of 2015, our twins, Tobin and Tyson, they were 3 months old, and Tobin, our little boy, contracted bacterial meningitis. His case was incredibly severe, and the type of bacteria was really destructive. He spent 35 days in the Children's Hospital in Columbia. He had emergency brain surgery on his first Christmas Eve. They had warned us that at the very least he would lose his hearing and vision, and then at the very worst that he would never developmentally progress past 3 months old. Really, that time in our family was the hardest thing that we had gone through. Every day we were met with new uncertainties and really had no idea what that day, that next moment would hold, let alone the next day or the next week. Tobin was a champion through all of it. There were some really scary times, but there was also a lot of really joyful, incredible times during that season. One of the greatest joys for us was our community loving on us, and our community grew during that time because people we hadn't known before came alongside us and just were such an encouragement and support. And a lot of that were the nurses and staff and doctors at the hospital. And so one of the nurses, Allie, she was our first nurse when we got admitted to the ICU. She was such this calm through the storm of just trying to figure out what all had just happened. And she came and found us a couple of weeks later just to check on us and hear about how Tobin was doing, but she brought us a blanket. As we lived in the hospital for those, several weeks, that blanket was with us the entire time. Looking back now, seeing what a source of comfort and just practicalness it was for us. And even after we came home, what a symbol of the Lord's covering and protecting over our family during that time. Tobin came through countless procedures, countless pokes and prods, and the Lord healed him. And he is an incredibly happy and healthy little boy today and has no side effects or lasting effects. So in December of 2017, we were busy raising our family. We had 3 kids, and really starting a business was kind of not at the forefront. We would always talk about, hey, it would be really cool if we could make a product from what we grow on the farm. Everything we do is on such a large scale that the end consumer, we don't really have that direct connection to. And so it was really this fun thing we would chat about just every now and then, and, could never think of any really good ideas. It really was quite a surprise when the Lord woke me up from this dream, and it was Covered in Cotton. The name, the logo, exactly what we were supposed to do, and take our cotton that we grow on our farm and make it into blankets. And so I wrote it all down and woke Ty up and said, hey, this is what we're supposed to do. And he said, all right, well, let's do that. At that point in December, we had already sold our crop of cotton at that point that we had harvested in the fall. And so we bought it back. Didn't know what we were going to do with it or what the process would look like. But we said, well, we know we've got it. We'll figure it out from there. And so we really spent the better part of 2018 just trying to find the right people to help make it possible.
I never remember feeling, oh, well, this is going to be a real challenge. Although, obviously we knew that because this was an area that we really had no experience in. Like we know how to grow cotton, but we didn't know what it looked like to take that cotton, and make it into a product. Call it blind faith, I guess, but I was confident more so in her, in that she would see it through, and we're going to do the best that we can with what we feel like the Lord has asked us to do. That took all the pressure off. Oftentimes, I go back to the Old Testament, an altar was built where the Lord had been faithful. And so I think for me, Covered in Cotton is just simply an altar for us of the Lord's faithfulness, where we want other people, when they see Covered in Cotton, they say, hey, the Lord's faithful.
It's really icing on top of the cake for us for it to be so local. Our process takes place within 150 miles of our farm. And so we know these family-owned local businesses that are spinning the yarn or, weaving the blankets or sewing on labels. They're part of our family too, because we've gotten to know them, and they are, passionate about what we do too. And so we love getting to tell their story as well, because the textile industry is one that's not what it once was. We want to share something really exceptional with people's families. Our products are of the highest quality that we grow on our farm. We know that there's comfort and there's warmth and there's quality in cotton, and we love getting to share that with other people. Every purchase that's made through Covered in Cotton is not just supporting, our family, but the families of everyone who puts their hand to our products. There's so much more than just an incredible blanket or hand towel or whatever the product may be. We donate, for every 10 throw blankets we sell, one to a children's hospital. And our baby blankets, for every 10 we sell, we donate one to a local family ministry. Your support of Covered in Cotton is not just that one moment. It really just goes beyond that. So our mission at Covered in Cotton is to cultivate, and really that's kind of in 3 parts for us. So cultivate the natural comfort and quality of cotton grown in the U.S. Then cultivate relationships that invite people in to the wonder and truth of agriculture. And then lastly, cultivate a cause that tells a story and shares hope. And so that's where our Cotton with a Cause comes in. And so really, as we look forward to what's next for us, we always filter it through those 3 things. Does it uplift agriculture? Does it invite people in to see more of that? Does it share hope and Jesus with other people? And does it, promote cotton? Even in that initial dream, it came of like, hey, we would love to partner with other cotton farmers to create a product and connect with a cause. So whether that's, a Pima cotton farmer in California or another upland cotton like we grow in North Carolina, for us to be able to tell their story. So really, for it to grow just bigger than us is really what we have a heart for. And then for our donations, we'd love to see those beyond just our state. As we grow, we'd love to be able to branch out and bless even more people just outside of South Carolina.
Growing up, in rural America, I know what the challenges are, but I also know what the beauty is. For us to be able to use other small businesses in those type of communities, it's just who we are, and so it's what we'll always be about.